in Central America, one in Rancho Santana, two in Costa Rica, and another one at Isla Palenque. So what I'll do is go over each of the different villa options and who they're best for, where they're located, and yeah, otherwise. Okay, so we'll start Rancho Santana. Here, Rancho Santana, we have a great option for villas. There's 27 total available, and it's on the Emerald Coast of Nicaragua, which is on the Pacific side, about a 3-hour drive from Managua airport. So all of the villas, they're about 3 to 6 bedrooms each. There's 27 to choose from, and the rates are spectacular. They're anywhere from $500 a night to $4,500 a night. That's starting rate. But then you can also include things like a 4x4 vehicle, options for private dining and private chef, and full access to resort amenities and services. So really Rancho Santana, it checks off all the boxes. It's perfect for families. They have a kids club. And my favorite part about the kids club is that you don't really drop off your kids and they're inside all day. The staff will take them out to the organic farm and create activities for them to do with one another while the parents enjoy all of the lovely other activities included at Rancho Santana. It's a 2,700 acre property, so all the villas are scattered among in different areas. I'm just going to show you 3 right now for the sake of time, but when I follow up in the email, I'll have a rate sheet that lists all the prices and also has a link to the website with the specifics for each of the 27 villas. So don't worry too much about all of the details here, as you'll be able to see them right afterwards and have access to the full portfolio. But this is an example of Villa Escondido. And as you can see, it's up on the mountain, has a private beach, one of 5 at Rancho Santana. So you can see it's almost brand new. Love the interior tile. There's space for everybody, which is very nice. And you have direct access to the beach, or you can go to the mountains from here. So really great option for families. And we have Villa Rosada. So this one sleeps 10, and this one is beachfront. So there's 4 bedrooms, 4 baths. Starts at about $1,200 in green season, and then $2,500 per night in the festive. So you can see beachfront, and it's actually close to the hotel and restaurants. So this one is probably best for families who don't get the private chef service, because you'll be closest to the hotel, where you can have breakfast at the cafe or the restaurants there. But one thing really spectacular about these villas are how many people they can accommodate in the one house. For example, this bunk bed setup is in several of the houses. So if you have a family with lots of kids, then there should be no issue having everyone sleep comfortably. And the parents get their own separate area as well. So as I mentioned, great for groups of friends, families, even solo travelers who want to stay at the hotel, but we'll stay focused on the villas for right now. So this one is Casa del Sol, and this one sleeps 12. It's about 4,949 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 2 half baths, and $2,000 in green season, up to $4,500 in festive season. This one is also beachfront. Love the design of each villa here. Well, that's one thing super interesting about Rancho Santana. Not one of the villas will be the same, but we do have another great option at Rancho Santana, and that is the 3-bedroom beachfront condos. So there's 30 of these scattered along Playa Santana, and the hotel is over here. So across this land bridge, you can go to the hotel. There's another pool over here, and of course the restaurant and the cafe as well. So this one, it's not super necessary for the private chef because you have access to the hotel and the other amenities along the property. So these are pretty much all the same, 3 bedrooms. A lot of them have 2 rooms with king beds and then another room with double beds. A lot of them look out to the pool and all the way to the ocean. So the condos, they don't have their own pool as most of the villas do, but they have a community one and it's along the beach. So really nice options for families with kids or groups of friends. All right, so just gonna check the questions really quick. Okay, everyone's good. So let's continue to Pasha. So we're going down to Costa Rica. So in order to get to Pasha, it's in Santa Teresa. So it's best to fly into Liberia or to San Jose and then make your way to Tambor, and we'll provide transfer from the Tambor airport. But most importantly, just want to make sure that you understand the house and all the lovely amenities that come with it. So Pasha is a 10-bedroom beachfront villa, and it's in Playa Hermosa, just a bit north of Santa Teresa, maybe 5 to 7 minute drive. However, it's buyout only. So you have to buy out the whole entire property, all 10 bedrooms. We won't do like 4 or 5. Wish we could, but that's just not the way it works with Pasha. So really this is best for any family. There's no late age limits, which is nice. So family reunions, we get some yoga retreats, big groups of friends, different families, multi-generational families, all sorts of big groups who can accommodate up to 10 bedrooms. So in terms of pricing, it's about $10,000 in the green season per night and up to $20,500 during festive seasons. And if you know Costa Rica, it's one of the only places in the entire country that has such fantastic immediate beach access, basically right on the beach. So we do have a staff of 10, and that's because Pasha, it's not your ordinary villa. It's part of the Cayuga collection. So you'll get treated like you do at Arenas del Mar or Aguas Claras, all the other Cayuga hotels. So the staff is trained on that level and very professional as well. So in comparison to maybe like the Four Seasons villas, where a 5-bedroom one in July could go up to like $14,000, it's really not a bad option, especially now in the green season, $10,000 a night. And most of the villas up in Papagayo, for example, are on the hilltop. Well, this one is located directly on the beach. And in the last slide, you saw we do lunch or breakfast only, but we have the option to do full board as well. So that makes it a very nice experience as well. Our staff will go to the grocery store with you, cook for the guests the entire time, really whatever is most convenient. So let's get into the details of the house. It's 10 bedrooms total. So there's one main house, which is 4 different bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, the main pool, the kitchen area, and then 3 other casitas, 2 being right here, the other one up on the hill. And these are each 2-bedroom with their own private plunge pool. So if you look here, this is the backyard. So this is where everyone eats and hangs out. You can work, lounge, take a nap in the cabanas, hop in the pool, grab a surfboard. That's one lovely thing about Pasha. We have surfboards and boogie boards readily available. So you can get surf lessons or you can go out on your own. And these are what all the rooms look like. The nice thing about Pasha is all the rooms are the same. So really there's no argument between anyone in the family who gets the better room. All the rooms can be either king bed or split into 2 twin beds. And here are the bathrooms. As I mentioned, 10 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, all the same design, just scattered in different areas. So this is part of the casitas. So you see the 2 bedrooms, the plunge pool, and then trail right out to the beach. And then for those who are interested in surfing or have guests that are big surf fanatics, it's a really amazing place for surfing. Beginner to advanced waves from May to September is the best. It's great for kids. As I mentioned, we have boogie boards as well. So we'll keep going through Costa Rica, and we'll stop at Hotel Aguas Claras, which is in Puerto Viejo. on the Caribbean side. And this is actually a hotel by Cayuga Collection. So it's not buyout only because we have a lot of different options. However, for this presentation, I'm just going to focus on Casa Floralia, which is our 5-bedroom bungalow. So it's located right next to the front entrance area and about maybe a 4-minute walk down to the beach where we have the Lime Beach Club. And what's really nice about Casa Floralia is it's 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, but it's actually in the hotel. So you have access to the restaurant as Papaya, which is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner next to the pool, or you can go down to the Lime, which is a little clubhouse next to the ocean, and we have lunch and happy hour available there. But this villa comes with a full kitchen. So if you would like to opt out, breakfast is still included every day at the restaurant, or we can have our staff members go to the grocery store and stock up your pantry and kitchen as well. So either full board, half board, breakfast included. That's one thing really nice about Aguas Claras. And this is the beach located along Aguas Claras. So you can see why they call it Aguas Claras. That means clear water in Spanish. And it's got some of the most amazing snorkeling in all of the Caribbean coast of Costa Rica. And another nice thing is that we include bikes. So anyone who wants to go bike into town can do so. Here's a picture of the pool and an example of some of the food. Also, we provide everyone with snorkel gear. So if guests want to go snorkeling on their own at our beach, that's fine as well. And here's Papaya Restaurant, as I mentioned, next to the pool, just footsteps from the bungalow. Okay, so I'm gonna stop for questions really quickly. Lorraine, Pasha for swimming is really nice because Santa Teresa, the town, they tend to get a lot bigger swells and bigger waves. However, where Pasha is located on Playa Hermosa, it tends to get less of the swell and is a much more gradual decline by sand into the ocean. So you'll see a lot of beginner surfers and families hanging out in that area because it's safer for kids. And what's really fun is that there are tide pools. So once the tide comes up, these tide pools get filled up, and it's amazing for kids to splash around and look at little fish. So yeah, really, really great place for swimming. And of course, all the swimming pools as well. So let's go back to Isla Palenque in Panama. And this one is a little different as well from Pasha because it is part of Isla Palenque Hotel. And this is a 6-bedroom bungalow or 6-bedroom villa beachfront on the other side of the casitas. So Isla Palenque is very big. It's about a 500-acre private island. So when you're staying at the 6-bedroom villa, you're separate from the casitas and the hotel, but you're still on Isla Palenque. And that's why the service you'll get here is like Pasha and like Aguas Claras. It's on the Cayuga level. But since it's not technically part of the hotel and it's completely separate part of the island, we do provide a chef for the entire duration of the trip. So you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner served. Or if you want to opt out of one of the meals, you can go to the other side of the island over here to the casitas and restaurant and dine there. So that's a great option. But back to the villa, it sleeps up to 6 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms. That's what the rate right here is for, $2,650 a night in green season, $4,400 a night in festive. If there's more than 6 guests, there is an additional rate for up to 12. And I believe that it's about $250 to $300 extra per guest. However, any children under the age of 5 stay for free. So Isla Palenque villa right here, own private beach. And as I mentioned, the private chef still have access to the pool and the restaurant on the other side. But it's a very interesting hotel. And I say that because This bungalow was actually Isla Palenque Hotel when it first opened. So the owner decided this would be a great location for the hotel, and guests started coming and realizing that they didn't have too much privacy. So what they decided to do was turn it into a buyout only villa. And then on the other side of the island, they built the 8 casitas. So it is very exclusive and you'll have it all to yourself. However, as I mentioned, private island might go a little bit crazy staying in the bungalow the entire time. So there's plenty of activities to do. Uh, and this is also good for any age group. So there's no age limit. Families really love coming here and completely detaching. So like Aguas Claras and Pasha, they're located in towns in Costa Rica that are a little bit bigger. Here, Isla Palenque and Panama, this is complete detachment from civilization and complete immersion into nature. So you completely escape everything here. Come with your kids to the pool, relax in the hammock, have a drink. And here's some of the gastronomy of Isla Palenque, all fresh, organically farmed food, which you'll find at all of the villas that I just showed you. So we went a little bit quick there, and I'm going to leave it up to questions now that we have about 10 minutes left. Charlotte, awesome to hear about your clients at the Beachfront Villa. Any other questions? I could go over some of the different activities that are included at each of the properties. So if you want to learn more about some of the Sandra, are any of these properties good for retreats? Yes, they are. It depends on what kind of retreat, but for example, at Rancho Santana, Clark's wife, Jackie, and her lady friends, they just went on a women's retreat and they stayed at one of the villas and they really loved it. Another place they went before that was Casa Floralia at Aguas Claras. And both of these, both Rancho Santana, Pasha, and now Casa Floralia, Aguas Claras, they have yoga studios. So separate areas to do yoga. So yeah, perfect for yoga retreats, ladies retreats, or surf retreats as well. Minimum stay, William? Yes, there's a minimum stay for each one. The minimum stay during holiday season for Casa Floralia, Aguas Claras is 4 nights. For Pasha, during the green season, it's for 5 nights. For holiday season, 7. At Pasha, we tend to be a little more lenient. For example, all of Festivus sold out, but we do have dates available for December 23rd to the 26th. So it's always best just to ask, depending on the client, if we have the availability. And we can probably give them less nights. And last but not least, Isla Palenque, there's a minimum stay of 2 nights during the wildlife season and a minimum of 4 during the holiday season. So hopefully that answered your question there. And Rancho Santana, I don't know off the top of my head, but I will address that in the email. All right, and yeah, we have a little bit of time, Kelly, so I can definitely go over a few of the experiences. I'll start with Rancho Santana. I don't have any photos of them in this slide. Yes, Sandra, I'll give you info on all properties. They'll be on their website, and I'll make sure to send the link in each in the follow-up email. But in terms of activities, so with Rancho Santana, since it's on a 2,700 acre private property, what's really popular here is surfing. There's 5 different beaches, so year round you can find excellent waves for anywhere from beginner to advanced. And maybe like June to September tend to be the best time for big waves, according to Clark. He's the big surf guy. But there's so many other activities like horseback riding. The trails are magnificent. So we have e-bikes that go through the trails, wildlife tours, so you can go see monkeys. We can set up catamaran trips, fishing trips, different farm to table food experiences, organic farm tours, and a tour of the facility. So yeah, there's so much to do at Rancho Santana, and it combines really well with Hikaro Island Lodge, where we can also do buyouts if the availability is there. So yeah, I say that because if you want to go to the volcanoes and do a tour of like Granada or the town of Masaya from Rancho Santana, that will be a very long day. So it's best to combine it with Hikaro if possible to save time logistically. And Pasha, and also just keep in mind that I'll send a tour book for all of these destinations as well. So you'll be able to see all of the different tours included. And William, yes, there's, so at Rancho Santana, it's 2,700 acre private property, and it's a gated community. So yes, there's always security personnel at the front and along the whole property. Same with Hikaro Island Lodge too. But back to Pasha, some of the experiences. We can talk about surfing, and that would be probably the main thing: surfing, yoga, and wellness here at Pasha. However, it's in the Nicoya Peninsula, so we have an entire tour book and a on-site guide who can either book the excursions while the guests are at Pasha or beforehand. And some of my favorite ones are going to Montezuma, which is about 45 minutes away, where you can go see the waterfall, and Cabo Blanco National Park, which was one of the first national parks of all of Costa Rica and of Central America. So meanwhile, it's a beach destination. There's jungle to explore, and there's also Koru National Refuge, catamaran tours, fishing tours, you name it, we can plan it at Pasha. So at Casa Floralia, it's a little bit of the same experiences that you would have at Pasha, mainly focused on yoga and wellness. However, there is a tour book with some unique excursions. And what's really the most incredible thing for me about Hotel Aguas Claras in Puerto Viejo is the amount of wildlife you can see. So within 30 minutes, there's 2 national parks of Aguas Claras. So you can go there for snorkeling or hiking and see a number of sloths, 3 or 4 species of monkeys from Costa Rica, lots of birds, frogs, and even a chance to see the great green macaw. So really amazing place for wildlife viewing, kayaking, stand-up paddleboarding, surfing, and waterfall tours here as well. And last but not least, Isla Palenque. The main tours that people will do here are, if you looking at my background, you can see this amazing drop. And you do a lot of island hopping. So that's not actually included in the pricing. It's additional, but what we can include are things like nature hikes in the island, transportation to see different beaches on Isla Palenque as well, and stand-up paddleboarding along the beach and snorkel gear, things like that. But otherwise, yeah, island hopping to the different areas for snorkeling, to see the different areas of Isla Palenque. And of course, if you're there from pretty much now until the end of September, you have a really good opportunity of seeing humpback whales. So that's probably the most attractive experience. So yeah, that's about our time today. And I'll leave the last 3 minutes to anyone who has additional questions. And you'll receive an email with a recording of this, as well as tour books, rates, and more information about all of them. Thank you all so much for joining me. Sorry for the sound confusion at first, but I'm glad everyone was able to join and learn more about the beachside villas that we have in our portfolio with Clark Catula representation. Thanks.